Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to Kiki's Kitchen. I have a few things that I want to share with you. Number one, we are going to make some shrimp egg rolls today. You know, I'm kind of on an egg roll. Does that make sense? I wanted to share with you that yes, Britannia, my niece, is doing a wonderful job typing out all the recipes for you. It does not mean that I won't be making new videos. She is typing out the recipes for the videos I've already made. So just in case there's any confusion, yes, I certainly still will be making videos. She's just making it easier for you. They're going to be in the Photos tab, and they're going to have various albums. So she'll have an album for appetizers, snacks, and beverages. She'll have one for chicken and seafood, one for beef and pork, so you'll be able to go through. And yes, we are giving you all of these recipes. You know what, recipes, they're not mine. Some of them, I've put my spin on pretty much every single one of them. I don't mean to say that, but recipes are to share. So if I end up making a cookbook, I hope that you guys still participate in that. But meanwhile, I wanted to make sure that you all had an easy place to find these recipes. So, I will also tell you that as of today, my husband and I have both tested positive for COVID. So what that means is I'm not feeling great. He's feeling really bad. And we'll be fine, absolutely fine. But I'm going to be cooking up these last few things that I have taken out of my freezer. The shrimp I took out of my freezer. I'm not going to let that go to waste. And then I took some chicken out of the freezer. So I will be making those two things today, and then it may be a day or two or maybe even three before I actually make a new video. However, I will also be taking some of the videos that posted on YouTube and did not post on Facebook, and bringing them back over to Facebook. So if you people that watch have seen them on YouTube, yes, they will be a repeat for you. But for the people who have only done Facebook, there'll be something new. So if you bear with me while we just kind of get through this, I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's get going on the shrimp egg rolls. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sauce. Now, with the other egg rolls, I cooked the cabbage and wilted it down and kind of steamed it down. I'm not going to do that with these. I want these to be crunchy and good. But the sauce and the vinegar in the sauce will wilt down that cabbage to the consistency that I want it to be. So, I'm not going to measure this. I'll give you the measurements in the thing. But I am going to make enough sauce to go over my coleslaw or my cabbage part of the mixture, and then I'm going to have some left over for the dipping part. So basically I'm going to tell you that's probably a cup of our favorite Dukes Mayonnaise. And to that, made a mess out of that one. I'm going to add, and this I will measure for you, because if that's a cup, I'm going to go with probably 2 tablespoons of Sriracha. Now, Sriracha is hot. To me, it's not. I mean, it's definitely hot. It's spicy. It may be too spicy for you. If so, go at it sparingly. Put in, a tablespoon of it, and then mix it up and taste it and see if you like it. To that, so that's 2 tablespoons of Sriracha, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I would have used rice wine vinegar, but I didn't have any. And I always tell you, use what you got. I should have had a bigger bowl, but this will have to do, because I've already made a mess in this one. Hopefully I don't make a mess on me. I swear I don't know why I don't wear aprons. I swear. It's like it's a challenge, and I generally don't win that challenge. All right. That looks good. And to that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of sugar. Plain old white sugar. Yeah, we didn't, my husband and I both kind of were looking at each other last night saying, I don't feel so good. And you know what? We were really the only people in this whole pandemic that we knew that didn't get it. I mean, we got through the whole pandemic without it. You know, I've had my immunity and my booster. And what my doctor says is even if you've had that, it will make your recovery better. So I'm all about that. So let me taste this. And it's so good. I'm going to put a little bit more sugar in it though. Just a little bit. So that'd be 2 tablespoons. Because I don't need all of this for my coleslaw, but I do need it for, because I like to have dipping sauce for my shrimp rolls. And it, you know, like I said, I'm going to cook what I have here, because I'm not going to let it go to waste. I can't waste things. Just can't do it. All right. So that looks very good. Get another spoon. Yep. It's just what it needed. Okay, so this is a bag of coleslaw with onions and, I'm sorry, carrots and cabbage. I am going to, this is called a roux spoon. See how it's got the flat edge? It's like one of my favorite things ever. And especially because it will cut this in half when I put it in there. So I'm gonna, that looks like probably a half a cup of the sauce. Sorry, I know it's making noise, but sometimes you just gotta get over it. Okay. And also over here, which you don't see, so I'll back you up just a little bit. I have scallion onion that I have diced up. Get these out of here. And I'm going to add those to my mix. And then what I also have here is fresh cilantro. So what I did was I ripped the top off. I held it in my hands like this and ran it under cold water. Then I squeezed it, and then I put it in this paper towel and squeezed it, and now it's perfectly dry for me to cut. So I'm going to cut this up to make sure you can see. Keep the knife, the tip of your knife down. You know, I had a lady the other day saying that, you know, beginners didn't need to know how to chop, just to move along. And I disagree with that, because I know a lot of people who, you know, I'm in the kitchen with them and they're fumbling with an onion when it can be short work, or not being safe with a knife. So if it takes too much time to watch that part of the video, then just fast forward. That's all I can say. Okay, so now this is just the coleslaw, the scallion onion, and the fresh cilantro. And I want to mix it with this spread we have here. Spread sauce, I guess is what we're going to call that. And I know this is making noise. I'm going to put a little bit more sauce in here because I want to break down this cabbage and make it wilt up a little bit, and it will. Get all that off of there. That's perfect. All right. That looks really good. So, I have to try it. That is really good. That just makes for a great coleslaw. Yum. I'll have to figure that one out with something else. Okay. So here are my wonton wrappers. Oh, y'all, that's so good. And I need a little bowl of water. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I'll be right back. Hold on. 2 seconds. I gotta get my pastry brush. All right. So, water, pastry brush. So what I'm going to do, gotta make sure you can see me, or not me so much as this, and I want some Monterey Jack cheese. I mean some pepper jack. Pepper jack, shredded pepper jack. I'm telling you, the combinations are endless. So if you don't like pepper jack, or if you don't like cheese, don't put cheese in there. But, you know, we're just kind of moving right along, going with the flow here. So when you take your egg roll, come out of here. How do we take you all out? There we go. You take your egg roll. Oop, I'm ripping her. Don't do it. You take your egg roll, you put it in a diamond shape, with a diamond pointing to your belly button, as I tell you all the time. You take your pastry brush and you brush the outsides of your pastry, of your egg roll. Then we're going to take some of this coleslaw mixture and we're going to put this down here in this kind of bottom third. Then these are my shrimp, and I just got the medium shrimp, you know, tail off, skinless, deveined, already cooked of course. And so they're about that big, but what I want to do, and I could chop them up, but I don't want to. I want you to get a nice bite of shrimp in every bite that you got here. So this is what I want to do. Make sure you can see that. You see that? Okay, so now let's roll. Gosh almighty, I tell you, the camera is the bane of my existence. So what you're going to do is you're going to start from the diamond point near you and put your fingers there, roll it up like this, holding it in. Then bring your sides in, side one, across the top, and side two. Kind of tuck it in like an envelope across the top, and then just continue to roll. Now what I do is take my brush a little bit and paint that top so it stays nice and closed for me. And I cannot believe, but I don't have a cookie sheet prepared to put them on. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, we've just been merrily rolling away here, and I did want to remind you that on that very first one, I absolutely forgot to put the cheese in it. And like I said, I'm using pepper jack, shredded pepper jack. You don't have to use any cheese at all if you don't want to. Or you can use something completely different if you're not a pepper jack fan. So what I'm doing is I'm putting our little coleslaw down. I'm putting 4 of my medium-sized shrimp on here. I'm taking a little handful of, on the floor, cheese. And then the diamond points in. I'm rolling that up. And the water will act as glue. So I'm going to put that on the end. And then I kind of push this down with my finger like you're wrapping a gift, right? And then pull this over like that. And seal it with a little water. So same thing here. Push it down. and pull it up and seal it with a little water. And then kind of do that whole top part with water and roll it right up. And there it is. And onto my cookie sheet we go. I'm going to have 10, it looks like. I have a lot more wrappers than that. So while I was rolling those, I'm like, oh, what can I do with those other wrappers? Because that's plenty for my husband and I for the next few days, that's for sure. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I could use my homemade sausage, which PS to that, y'all. That recipe is so easy, and I gotta tell you, it's so good. Oh my goodness. So I thought, oh, I could scramble some eggs and then use my sausage and cheese and put that in here, and that would be really good. The possibilities are endless. A little cheese. And roll it. There we go. Get it in there. Put a little water on the end. Tuck and roll. Put that stuffing in there. And tuck and roll. Do the whole top part. And there we have. There we have it. And if you've got anything that feels like it's loose, just use a little water on it and push it down and you'll glue it all together just like that. So these can be cooked in the air fryer, and what I do is with my air fryer for these, I spray a little oil on the bottom of the air fryer and I spray my rolls and I put them in there so they don't touch. I preheat it at 360 for about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Then I put them in there for 9 minutes, flip them for 3 more minutes, and they're perfect. So you can do that, or else you can put them on a cookie sheet at, I think it's 350 for about 10 minutes and flip it, but I'll put it in the instructions. Or you can fry it in traditional oil, which is also very yummy too. So I don't think, so just so you know, you're not going to, this is the finished product, y'all. Right here is the finished product. See that? And when I cook them, I may take a still shot and show you, but I'm not going to cook them for a while. So you're not going to see the golden brown deliciousness just yet. So don't be sad because you don't see it in this video, because I just can't leave my phone open that long. So I'm going to move along to my next little thing, and so I'll see you in a few. Bye.